Alright, doing some solo POV today. This is just from matchmaking. It was a match that we actually won 3-2. I am in a 4-stack here. This is about a 1750 lobby. On Lattice, King of the Hill. So first time on the new map doing a VOD review, but just wanted to check my POV and see, what it is that I'm doing off of breaks and off starts versus my teammates. So it looks like we're going 3x1, which is fine. Playing heavy towards sniper side, Oysters looking that way. I would say we're kind of filling in the same gaps. Do a good job of getting shots on him, but it almost feels like I could have maybe, instead of going that way, jumped up here and took a different angle, maybe even went for like a flank and got around behind these guys as they're all pushing sniper. So there's options for that. Obviously, Oyster as well is kind of isolated. He could look to, cut mid and jump up mid as well. At this point, I think this is all fine. Just standing here watching over Jeff and Reaper. Getting shots on the sniper, and yeah, he just hits a really good shot. I felt like I had a lot of damage on him and could have done something there. He just hits the shot. Sometimes that happens. And yeah, we go 4 dead off of it. So could have pushed harder with my teammates, but I'm also holding their angles. Don't have a problem with my first life. It's just unfortunate that it worked out that way. Probably a little early to get into the fight, but at least I got a free shot and didn't take any damage. I would say rerouting this way is a little slow and it's redundant. Like, Jeff's already here, Oyster's already here. Like, I don't mind filling these gaps together as Reaper takes the weak side, but as you see, we're about to get pinched. Also think, like, this is just, in general, too slow. Like, if we're here 3 together, we don't need to be playing so passive. Like, I should get out in front and really fight these guys, which I start to do after a bit. Yeah, there's no reason to, like, dip and dive out of things whenever we've got numbers on the map. Just need to be more aggressive. So kind of playing a little ratty now because I'm not sure where everybody's at. Jeff calls out that guy, take him out. So big thing I think I'm doing well here is just focusing around the hill. I'm not really, out on the other side of the map. I did have sniper, so you could argue that I shouldn't have even been the one in the hill. I should look for a better angle, maybe set up at red BR or get over to crates or somewhere that I'm not going to be the focus of fire where I can pick people off in the back end. So I think staying around the hill is a good idea. I also, in general, don't grab sniper too much. It's just I killed the guy with sniper, so I had to pick it up. Yeah, it's fun me looking that way, so you could argue, should I run that way and kind of wrap around behind, but Oyster calls the guy out. And now it's kind of tough because he dies, Reaper dies, Jeff just spawns, so we're here together. Got a one-shot call out. Not really time to get in the hill yet, which I'm not really trying to do. I was trying to get the guy bottom, and yeah, keeping my gun pointed at stuff, shooting things. I think I'm playing well so far. Teammate should just collapse really fast if that's what they're doing. Like, being in that area, they're opening up the red spawn, so they need to clear that area. They can't, like, hold this kind of mid-ground. They need to actually push through and get the kills. Instead, Reaper takes, like, a really slow passive route, which leaves Oyster one-on-one. Oyster also doesn't push hard, so he gets isolated, and now Reaper shooting him in the back, but it's too late. And, like I said, the splits come out red side. And so I'm trapped. Got some damage though. Guy should die. Yeah, no, it's a 1v1. So I spun here. Oyster's running away from the hill. So if he knows somebody's there and I missed the call out, then that's on me. I should have heard it. Yeah, I probably should have just sat on that box. Also, if I knew he was there, and I don't know if I heard that or not, but I should have definitely turned and just fought with him. Shots on the top guy. Now focusing hill. So we've got numbers. Trying to isolate angles. Know there's a guy there. Get behind him, change my mind. I don't know, you could argue if I would have jumped up and ran behind them, I get a free flank here. Instead, now I'm going to be kind of taking these guys straight on, but it works because he's looking at Jeff instead of me. Now we know the last guy's top window. And yeah, I just lose a fight. Not the best spot to be taking a fight from, though, either. Definitely could argue that I should be positioned elsewhere when I'm actually shooting my gun. Alright, I'm trying to bank some nades into the hill guy. He dies. That's just the most ridiculous snipe ever by Lucky. Call me here, let's see how this works. Whoop. Yep. Amazing. Alright, waiting on spawn. Yeah, and it's kind of chalked. Like, it spawned me on perimeter, and I take a mid route. Now, the reason that I'm trying to take a mid route is I'm trying to take a risk just to get to the hill, and the only way I could see actually getting there is getting bottom mid. But realistically, it's time to give this hill up, and I should have just went blue behind my teammates. So trying to make something out of nothing is not a good way to live. In this case, all right. So I'm trying to get control of red, but again, just based on where I'm spawning, like, I would have spawned in red if there was no one in red, so I need to be coming in here prepared for a fight, and I'm not. And because I'm not prepared, I die and stagger our numbers. Jeff's making a good play. Oyster wins his one-on-one, and now we can just kind of run forward. We see a guy top tower. We should be able to isolate him. Yeah, he's one-shot top tower. This is like too much holding for me. I just need to realize he's not going to peek, either bank a nade or just get forward. It's way too much just standing still, and like I gave them all time to spawn. And we killed the guy and get a trade, so my life gets traded out. But as you see now, they're all up map, and they're putting huge pressure on the hill. We got a guy shooting cross map at them. We got a bunch of weird stuff going on here. Yeah, win a fight, but then I'm just too reckless walking out. Also jumping too much. Too much jumping. Should recognize that we don't have anyone on that side of the map. So tower was free. We need to get someone in tower to prevent them from coming tower. Feel like putting pressure on spawns is a good idea here. Just try to push them back. Any kills that we get in this case will give us an opportunity, even if we trade out, to push up the map because there's less people shooting. That's fine. We're clearing blue. Yeah, and I spawned in a good spot. I really should have just sat here and not jumped up. Now, it's unfortunate, I guess, that they're already looking at this, but if I'm just sitting on the box, I think they might walk right past me, especially this guy right here. Instead, now I'm kind of running out. So again, just exposing myself before I need to, not clearing and making sure I see what's around me before I just jump up and give my position away. Okay, I spawn away from my team. My team's all alive. I need to just be running forward. And yeah, like I'm trying to cut off where they're at. This is too slow. I should have just cut straight through. You could argue I run into the other guy, but in this kind of case, like I just need to be in with my team. If I don't go bottom mid, I actually intercept that guy before he gets into Jeff, so that's on me. All right, two teammates already filling in that way. Jeff's filling in this way. We're going to split 2 by 2, which is probably not ideal, but hopefully I at least make a cut like mid-map, yeah, to support those guys. So when I talk about like 3x1s, this is more or less what I'm talking about. Like there's one guy completely isolated and just making sure nobody can flank us. There's 2 people that are like hard together, and then there is a guy trying to hold their alt angles so that people can't push them for free, and you see I'm just getting damage on people, and now I'm through. So we did a good job of like occupying all 3 lanes there while also helping each other. Like Jeff did his job, he got a kill. I took the middle lane, and then 2 guys took the far lane, and we pushed through. Bad spot to reload from, but do a good job of not taking any unnecessary damage. Actually got sniped by Oyster there. He apologized for it, so it's all good. All right, spawn red away from the hill and away from my teammates. That either means the enemy's on me or on my teammates, so I need to be really aware here that I can't just run straight forward, or at least if I do, I got to take a perimeter, which is kind of what I'm doing. Now, I at least know there's one guy to my left. I know there's a guy mid-cat. I choose to shoot the hill guy. Doing a decent job of just trying to occupy that guy's time while I was one shot. If his teammate didn't come, I think I just straight up win that. All right, but now we're kind of getting in a staggered thing. Like Reaper's dead right when I spawn, and it's going to make things really awkward. There's a trade out, but as you see, like it's just not going to work out well for us because we're all dying in weird spots. I did a good job to live through that and get into a kind of ratty spot where I can hopefully get my shields back. I do. Gotta shoot the snipe a little bit, but as you see, this guy's like eating the hill while we're all doing this. There's another guy below us. We have no idea. Trade it out at least. And at this point, we certainly should have been playing for time, but as you see, they've almost capped this hill because of just how many staggered deaths that we have. I would argue at this point, my job is to recognize red as open. That's where they're spawning, which they did, and try to cut those guys off before they can get to the hill from the other side, which I think I'm trying to do. So that seems fine. I saw that guy, mark him. Good job of recognizing that that guy's not fighting me, so might as well switch to the other target. And then this is just really bad of me to again run in here. Now, you don't think that they're spawning there, but this was the adjacent spawn to their team. I don't think I actually had to do anything other than just stand where I was at. I wasn't getting shot at, so just try to isolate where I'm at. A little bit of mechanical stuff to be too late to shoot at that guy. And yeah, like, again, the goal is to keep him out of the hill at this point, but it's going to be really hard. See a guy drops down. And now we got a tie game. And we are also even on numbers, but Jeff's kind of in an isolated area. He wins this fight because he's just good. Teammates fighting, try to come help him. Once again, he wins an isolated fight. Good team shooting. Trying to get out and fight with Oyster. Doesn't matter if I've got full shields. If he's already engaged in the guys, they're looking at him. I'm just trying to get some peak damage for him. And I eat a huge nade. But those kind of deaths are fine, in my opinion, because we're fighting in team fights. I think Jeff may be overextended a little bit too far. I know he's trying to fight their spawners, but now we're spawning red side, whereas if he just stayed blue side with us, we don't spawn red, they spawn red, which is where we want. Got an assist, still trying to do some jiggle peeking. Again, even though I'm down shields, as long as no one's looking directly at me, I can get damage in. Completely unnecessary, but I did reload, so worked out. And now I've just got to get in this hill and kill this guy. I do. Now I've just got to isolate and not die to that guy. And you know what kills me? Jumping. So if I don't jump, I can just get behind the box and live. Instead, I jump, expose my body for no reason, and die. I really think I can cut out like 3 or 4 deaths a game by just not jumping in fights. It's unfortunately my Halo 3 habit. That's the worst. So here, I'm trying to leave the hill on an island and go top mid. Don't necessarily all have to be holding hands in the hill, so just getting an alt angle to help him. Yeah, get some shots for Oyster. Shooting with the team, and now it's time to just stack hill and make sure that we close the game out. And we do. Nice. So overall, I don't think it was that bad of a game. I think I was holding my own in like different angles and supporting the team. I think there was a couple times where I was a little out of position, a little late to fights, a little late to recognize what I'm supposed to do. Obviously, the jumping in fights is one of my biggest things that I need to fix. What you'll notice, I think, is if you look at my kill-death ratio, you would think, wow, I didn't really have that good of a game. But in my opinion, this is where kind of kill-death ratio is kind of misleading. As long as you are doing the things to support your team, making sure that people are spawning where they're supposed to spawn, calling out where enemies are spawning, and fighting towards your teammates and helping in fights, you know, you can do things to win the game, even if you are going negative on on the scoreboard. So got to work on some jumping in fights. Need to work on realizing when it's go time, when to just push forward straight, not to take like long flanky angles. And then other times, like when we're down numbers, when it is the right time to take a big flanky angle and identify that in game. But yeah, that's all I've got for this one.